by having earned all the different points again for participating, attendance, and test scores and everything. So while we're working on this, Madison, if you'd like, each of them you get to pick one prize that's something like you wear. So either a shirt, you know, guys, you can do a tie, belt, whatever, jewelry for the girls, and then a second would be a book, you know, or resource media. So we're gonna go in order. Madison, you can start first while we're proceeding on here, and I'm gonna ask Emily to move a little bit closer here so we won't have them distract you. Okay, so Emily, so good to see you here.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, so now with our graduation, you've learned some things about yourself. So what are some words that describe you?
Well, through this program, I've learned that I'm a fast learner, and I love to help people learn quickly to get to the right level, and so we can go on quicker onto new things.
That's wonderful, okay. So when you did your Myers-Briggs, what is your special role?
My special role as an INFJ, otherwise known as a counselor.
You are a counselor, that's great. So what are your strengths and your weaknesses then that you've learned about yourself?
I myself am positive, helpful, and idealistic, but sometimes as my weaknesses I can be too compliant and not realistic through the idealistic.
There you go. Okay, so us idealists sometimes have to put our feet back on the ground, right? But that's exciting to have, all right? Very good. So now, what would you like to be someday?
I would like to be an attorney specializing in wrongful death.
Wrongful death, okay. So that's going to be then your specific. So now the measurement, how will you know that you've attained this level to be this kind of attorney?
Once I pass my certifications for the practice in the state that I'm living in and become a certified attorney.
Yep, pass the bar. Okay, very good. Okay, so what are the attainable steps from where you are today to get to become this amazing attorney?
Well, shortly I'll be graduating high school, and then after that I plan to go to a university and then go on to a law school and earn my degree in criminal law and then become a certified attorney.
That's great. Okay, have you picked your college yet? You know, are you going to Duke or where are you going?
I have my heart set on FSU.
FSU, okay, very good. All right. There we go, they got that child, that's why she's heading towards her goal. Okay, so with that in mind now, what is your relevant? Why is this important to you? Why do you want to be this attorney?
Well, my whole life, my parents have been involved in the criminal justice system. My mother and my stepdad were both police officers, and I've grown up with their friends who were all attorneys and in the criminal justice system as well. And through that, I've developed a passion for it, and I love to seek the truth and justice.
Very good, excellent, okay. You're going to have a passion because you're going to have plenty of challenges along the way. So what's your time about? How long is this plan going to take?
To get my certification, somewhere between 10 and 15 years.
Okay. So again, we got a marathon, step by step, we're going to achieve this. So now what are some principles you've learned in Character GPS that are going to help you pursue this goal?
I've learned to discover my talents and how to use them and how to use my time effectively.
All right. Very good. Okay. I'm going to hand this to you because I may not get that over. And then what is one thing for your challenge coin that you're going to work on so it doesn't distract you from achieving your goals?
Well, quite often I kind of shut myself down and second guess myself, and working on that would help me reach my goals faster, because then if I'm not second guessing myself, then I'll be able to push myself.
There you go. So building that confidence, that's wonderful. How about a hand? There you are, Emily. There's your certificate here in the mirror and your journey guide. And next we have Darian. Come on down, Darian. Okay. Darian, one of our youngest leaders in this group, but you have done an amazing job. So what are some words that describe you?
I'm creative and athletic
That's fine. Okay, so what is your, Myers-Briggs, what's your comfort role that you discovered about yourself?
I am a counselor.
He is a counselor, right? So he's gonna be able to help some people along the journey here. So what are some strengths and weaknesses you've learned about yourself?
I am an athlete. I am good at math, and I love baseball.
Okay, any weaknesses?
Procrastination and organization.
Those are the big words, those are the tough ones, right? Okay. All right, so now, what would you like to be someday?
An MLB pitcher.
Okay, so he's gonna be a pitcher in the major leagues, right? So what specifically, or I should say, what is your measure of success? How do you know when you've made it into the major leagues?
I will have a high school diploma. I'll have to make the high school team and make the college team have a college diploma.
Right. And then before you can step out on the baseball field, you always have to sign what?
An MLB contract.
There you go. That's when you know you've arrived, right? You got your contract, okay? So now, why is this relevant? Why is this your dream?
Well, a lot of people in my family have played baseball, and I've played baseball since I was 2.
Okay, so it's just in your DNA. You've been working at this a long time. So what is your time bound? How long is this plan going to take?
About 10 years.
10 years, okay? So 10 years, be tuning in, and maybe he'll help the Rays win some games or something. They could use some help sooner than 10 years, but anyways, that's okay. So what are now some things, principles that you've learned from Character GPS that are going to help you be successful?
Proactive responsibility.
Okay, great job, Darian. All right, so Darian, you have earned the Character GPS toolkits to be prepared for success in life. And now, what is one thing you're going to work on for your challenge coin to overcome that so you won't be distracted from pursuing your dreams?
Procrastination.
Procrastination. All right, very good. Okay, Nick is next. Come on down, Nick. Okay, so Nick, what are some words that describe you?
Determined, caring, smart, friendly, helpful, funny, and athletic.
Excellent, okay. And what is your special role that you've learned about yourself?
That I'm a healer.
A healer, okay? So he's tuned in to people and help them along the journey here. So what are some of your strengths and weaknesses you've learned about yourself?
That I'm good at sports, I'm good at math, running, and just always having a positive attitude.
Okay, and any weaknesses?
Like science and stuff, I'm like always trying to argue with other people.
Ah, okay, so he's working on that win-win, okay, thing. All right, very good. So what would you like to be someday, Nick?
Just want to be a basketball player, like professionally.
Okay, so now being specific, because they don't draft basketball players. What kind of, what's your position? What are you shooting for?
Point guard.
Point guard, pun intended, right? Okay, so he's gonna be a point guard in the NBA, right? So now, what's your measure of success? How will you know that you've made it, Nick?
When I sign a contract.
Okay, he's gotta get that NBA contract, then he knows he's made it. So what are now your attainable steps, working from today, to get to that dream?
Just to have good grades, experience, and have my high school diploma and 4 years in college, which means I have a 7-year plan.
7-year plan, that's excellent. So now, why is this relevant? Why do you want to be an NBA point guard?
It's just what I love to do, and I've had a basketball in my hands since I was about 1 or 2.
Okay, so it was strategic. Someone got him a basketball early on and helped him with this dream, okay? So now, what are some principles you've learned in Character GPS that are going to help you pursue this?
Just to always follow my dreams, have no distractions, and move forward and not backwards, and just to always be a compass.
Okay, be a compass, not a weather vane. We like that. Okay, very good, Nick. So Nick, you have earned all the Character GPS tools for pursuing success. So we award that to you. And then what is one thing that you're going to work on with your challenge coin to overcome so you can stay focused on this dream?
Fun and not arguing as much.
Okay, that is awesome. Congratulations. And Darian, I'm going to give you yours. There you are. Congratulations. Okay, next up, we have Elizabeth. Come on down, Elizabeth. Okay. By the way, Emily, you can get your gifts there if you want to pick those out. Okay, Elizabeth. So what are some words that describe you?
Active, positive, and confident.
There you go. Excellent. So what is your role that you learned about yourself, your Myers-Briggs role?
I am an ENTP or an inventor.
Inventor. So she can solve some problems for you if you need some help, okay? So what are some strengths and weaknesses that you've learned about yourself?
My strengths are I am practical and a problem solver, and my weaknesses are skeptical and critical.
Okay, so that's where we need to put some prayer power in before that happens, right? Okay. So what do you want to be someday?
A zoo veterinarian.
A veterinarian. Okay, great. And so specifically you want to work where?
At a zoo or work with zoos around the world.
Okay, so she's in a zoo and travel the world to zoos and everything. That sounds really exciting. So what's your measure of success? How will you know you've arrived at a zoo veterinarian?
When I get my veterinarian degree.
There you go, and certified. Okay, great. So what are your attainable steps from today to this amazing dream you have?
Get accepted to college. I want to go to USF. Get into vet school, graduate and get a certification, and then get hired at a zoo.
Okay, great. Now, relevant. Why is this your passion? Why do you want to do this?
I was inspired by my mom, who is a veterinarian, and I just really like animals.
Okay, that's great. So what's your time bound? When you add up all those steps, how long is this going to take you?
12 years.
12-year plan. Okay, very good. So what are some principles you learned from Character GPS that are going to help you pursue this dream?
Talents discovered, visions, and proactive responsibilities.
Okay, so being responsible. We love that. Okay, congratulations. So Elizabeth, you have earned the Character GPS Tools for Success in Life. We award that to you. And for your challenge point, what's one thing you're going to work on to overcome so it doesn't distract you from pursuing your dream?
Cutting down TV time.
TV time. Okay, there you go. Other than watching like National Geographic. Okay, very good. Here is your certificate, your hero in the mirror, and your journey guide. And up next we have Joey. Come on down, Joey. All right, Joey. Okay, so Joey, you've had to overcome a little bit of a hurdle here recently, right? But you're persevering. So what are some words that describe you?
Funny, smart, kind.
Okay, great. And when you're discovering your Myers-Briggs, what's your natural role?
I was an INFJ, which is a counselor.
A counselor, okay? So someone else who can listen and give you some good advice. Okay, so what are some strengths and weaknesses you've learned about yourself?
My strengths are sports, supporting others, being nice, and listening.
Okay, and any weaknesses?
Talking out loud, like speeches, and listening.
Okay, that's right. So you got to think before you say some things. Okay, that's good. So what would you like to be someday? An NFL coach. Okay. So specifically now, what would be the measure of your success? How do you know you've arrived as being an NFL coach?
I would have to go to high school and get a diploma and get good grades.
Mhm.
I would have to be, I would be a football player before I would be a coach.
All right.
I'd have to be good at football in high school and college, so I could get to a good college and also, the University of Florida.
Okay. So UF here. Okay.
And I have to graduate from college and be drafted into the NFL and have to sign a contract with the team and play football for like 7 years or more.
Okay. Hopefully you won't get injured, right?
And then retire.
And then you become a coach. You had all that experience. That is great. So why is this your passion? Why do you want to be an NFL coach?
I played
practicing that, that's good, okay?
And I've been playing football for a long time.
Okay, so again, you're practicing this coaching role, and so now, with that as your passion, okay, and obviously you're persevering to that, how long is this plan gonna take?
16 years.
16 years to become a coach. So give and take how long if he has a great career, it could take a little bit longer to become the coach, right? All right, but being a counselor, that's a great match, right? A coach is going to give good advice and try to help the players maximize their performance. That's wonderful. So, what are some principles you've learned in Character GPS that's going to help you be a great coach?
I learned how to be responsible and how to set my future into steps, small steps at a time, and make good choices and have can-do attitude.
Oh, we like that. A can-do attitude. All right. Okay, so Joey, you have successfully completed all 7 adventures of Character GPS, and you are equipped for success in life. So for your challenge coin, what is one thing you're going to try to work on and overcome so it doesn't distract you from your dream to be a coach? The phone. Okay, I think also there was some computer games that might need to lessen a little time on computer games. Having a hand for Joey. Congratulations. Okay, Joey, here's your certificate, your hero in the mirror, and your journey guide. And again, you guys, Nick, did you guys come up and get your gifts?
No.
Okay, you can come pick out one thing, something you're going to wear, and then some a book media resource there. In the future, we'll have Dr. Gill's books up here so we can be better prepared for that. Okay, so we also had Bella, and apparently Bella was not able to make it. Bella, let me just see real quick here. Did I put her? That's me. So one thing, and then something. Well, that'd be something that we're both the resource there. Okay. Okay, so Bella did not make it. So now we're going to move on to wrapping up our plan here. So all you parents, again, you should be very proud of your kids. They've learned a lot. They've really worked hard. And really, this has been one of our best Character GPS classes. We've been doing this for 6 years. So you guys, really impressive. Parents, again, if you would fill out the evaluation form, just give us some feedback about this has been valuable, whether we should be doing this again here at the YMCA. And then also on the other side, if you'll sign that talent release, and then you can give it to me or my wonderful wife, Debbie. Debbie, we did play your piano concert there for them. And then also, I'd like to, just a moment here real quick, to have our leadership team come up and do a little pitch about the YMCA leadership team. So how about a hand for Justin and Emily, please?
We'd like to thank Mr. Kane and the Gills YMCA for the amazing opportunity that we've had to improve our leadership skills. And a lot of people here are probably wondering what their next step for leadership opportunities is. And we would like to offer you
like pretty much guaranteed acceptance as leaders in the Leaders Club here. So there's an interest meeting in 2 weeks from today.
Our leadership club focuses on what we can do to improve our community and what we can do to improve ourselves and the people around us as well. So if you are interested, keep your eyes open. We'll be posting information as to when and what day the interest meeting is, and it will be starting back up in the fall around school time. So come with fresh ideas on what we can do, and be ready to express your leadership equipment that you've gathered here at the leadership training.
Great. How about a hand for our leaders? Very good. Now, I will say again, just in support, the Leadership Club is really important because we learn all these tools, but again, we have to now practice them. We have to develop these tools. And their program is great because it really focuses a lot on community service. So again, we learn our leadership, we learn how to serve by serving. So I think, again, it's a great opportunity. Highly recommend it for you. in wrapping up again, we want to thank Dr. Gills for coming and providing some wisdom, providing this YMCA, or we wouldn't have been able to do this class in the first place. It's really hard to give a man who has everything, but we want to give him this certificate of appreciation for being our keynote speaker. The Gills sponsored this class, so again, we would not have been able to conduct this class without their support. So in the back again, we have an opportunity for our students to write a message to the Gills thanking them. We have now some celebration opportunity here. My wife is an amazing cook. I am so blessed. So we have some cake and cupcakes and some soda. We just want to celebrate again that this is a milestone in your lives, guys. You have really now become equipped. You're going to do some amazing things. You have some wonderful plans. So in wrapping up, we just want to kind of give you a little blessing here. So we want to say, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you for coming to our Character GPS demonstration. The refreshments, and I can take any evaluation from parents. But thank you so much for coming.
Very proud of you.
You wanted to give me a high five or a hug?
Well, I was trying to go for this one, but she kind of scooted away. Very proud. But I gotta say, this mastermind thing, I'm a little bit scared. If you're a mastermind, like that means you can be good, you can be bad, you can do it all at your strength.
Yeah, he's cute. Yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah.
We have
Can I say it now? Just right now?
But do you? It's all about you.
Where's Darren? Darren! Darren! All day, every day.
very well.
Oh, they're over there. Where'd he go?
Absolutely. Oh, that's right. Students, we want to get a picture with you and Dr. Gills. If you want to come up front, there she is. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Debbie, is John Gowan still here? He had to leave, okay. How about Derek? Is Derek here? Wonderful job. Stand right up here. We'll start off with Justin. You wanna stand right here? We'll stand on each side. Watch the cord there. Justin, you wanna stand on one side of Dr. Gill? All right. Yes. All right, can I recruit you for another picture? Emily, you wanna join in here? Yeah, ready to go? Okay. Elizabeth? Thank you so much. Great. Darian, picture taken up here? Oh, wow.
Trace, you want to take a picture of the teacher and Phyllis?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What am I supposed to do?
Thank you, Darian. Nick, you want to go? Okay, here we go. Thank you. Michaela, Sierra, you want to put your picture with Dr. Hill? All right. You want to do it together, or do you want to separate? Do both, okay. All right, here we go. Scoot in. Okay, one at a time now. Okay, wait, can we get one with our camera there? Okay. Okay, did we get Michaela? Back yourself. We got Sierra. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much. Okay. Madison. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Thank you so much. Okay, did anyone else? Joey, come on down. Hey, that's right. You gotta get the coach in here. There we go. All right. Real pleasure to have you. Did we get Reese? Oh, good. Okay. Okay, great. All right. Did we get everybody? I guess you have
I'll call my mom now.
Hey, smile.
Yeah, there's a good
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, it's up to you. I'm wondering what's in my pocket.
Great job at church, you missed one class, but she's getting the notes, I think, from everybody, and so she's got the information now. Finding balance, but she has leadership.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we've got summer camps. Yeah, thanks so much. Very much pleasure. Come early and bring them in, you know. Ask them natural. Reinforce that with them. So thank you. Thanks for being here. Well, thanks for being right here. You work with a lot of I'm so glad this Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
You know, whatever, if she's gonna
This
come.
is a great program. Who is yours?
Oh,
Okay, great, okay. Well, we're bragging on Darian, he's gonna do an amazing picture. The Rays could use him sooner than later, I'll tell you that. Okay, there you go.
Well, yeah, we're all beautiful.
All right, well, you got your plug-in for the club? And did you get to pick out your gifts? I did, I got it. Okay, great, all right. Nate. Going to challenge, pulling all this together. Thanks for your support.
Oh, she got it.
So maybe we can do another club in the fall, you know?
That's it. Thank you now.
Now, if you ever wanted to be a mentor, if you wanted to, yeah, participate.
We're heading out. Just want to thank you again very kindly.
Great to have you.
Wonderful program. Yes.
Well, we really enjoyed having Joey.
Hopefully it'll
Great
come
to
around
have
to my next son coming up a year behind Joe McKenna.
There you go.
Take advantage of the same thing.
Meantime, he can coach us, right?
Yes, we can. We absolutely can now. Thank you.
All right,
Bye-bye
take care,
now.
bye-bye.
Yes.
But also, you know, what Sidis was doing is like assisting, if you'd like to learn
Right.
teach some of this, or Emily, if you'd like to be like a mentor, think about it, we'd love to have you participate in this. Yeah, we were just talking to Justin about it. If you guys wanted to be mentors, like the cities, joining and kind of helping with the class or something.
Good luck to you.
It'd be awesome.
That's what people think.
Okay, great.
Alright, yes, it's not. Did she say a little reading?
Yeah. All right, Joey, good job. How long you in the booth?
Just be the one for next Friday.
Oh, okay. I mean, they have a great summer.
Yeah. Think of soda.
Oh, okay.
She's amazing. She really is.
Yeah, I'll take it to my house.
Dr. Jim says you guys are eating really healthy, so.
Good luck to you. You tell all that knowledge. We did.
Oh, wow.
She was talking to you. Doug came in and you lived.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, good luck to you, okay?
Bye. Thank you.
You
Bye.
got your 2 gifts? Would you pick up?
I got
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, no way.
USA News Nation, he was top 32 prospects in the entire nation.
Good month.
For future players.
I'm in December,
Really, really
so
big deal.
I kind of lead in, so we often have a Christmas recital in our house for WPM students. So we kind of make it birthday for me, birthday for Jesus, and Christmas recital, and so they do Christmas carols. It's kind of a nice way to kind of lead into Christmas.
Okay, that's a good pitch. I'm gonna call them up for sure. Thank you so much. I appreciate all you do. Thank you, sir.
And the guy there's my son, they're 4 of us. That's, the 4th one is the best.
She did see the, I showed her the Twitter video.
Yeah.
She wants to know how to get on Twitter.
Yeah. Runs the family.
Do you do any social
Double
media?
L and then second, 56, I ran like
Really?
it dropped out. They call it
Caught up.
and now started doing the thing they used to do. Jumping and so
Yeah.
You can participate as much as you want. Sometimes
The little
we
guy right there,
have
his
some
baseball
of our
player,
board members that are not really big social media, but they are on Facebook, so they can receive a lot of
He's never ran before. He said, Dad, I want to do
input to
it.
our program.
Well, we want to do that. It's because he got the first one. He ran 19 minutes.
Oh,
His first one.
your dad?
And he stopped halfway and ate a donut. They got a Christmas tree thing. So they got pictures of eating a donut running in the place, and all of my family's like,
Very thoughtful.
he's like, oh, this is easy.
Friends on here.
Well, thank you again, sir. I appreciate it.
If you have a question, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, wonderful graduate, always a little piece of heaven. Holy
You
Spirit.
threw it.
Well, this process that we created, was inspired by the Holy Spirit. I know it because,
Let me see. Let me get the names. Now, Justin Alexander.
he was the
Yeah,
tall.
well, I know him by heart. He's one that wants to, he's very serious.
Yes, about being a surgeon, yeah.
But he's gonna do well.
Mhm.
You know, I know more people. Bill Hill.
Mhm. Well, it's just amazing, we've done this for 6 years, and this process just really works. That's why I know that it's inspired by the Holy Spirit, because I'm not that smart, it just comes together and it
Tell me,
really works.
where do you go to church?
Well, as I said, we're right now going to Lice Harbor with Pastor,
We went to their graduation, we wanted to see what they did.
my mind just went blank here. Alan Wilkin, he's in the Pasco Police Department, but he's also a pastor. But we go to many churches that we support things. We obviously go to Idlewild, yeah, he's just amazing.
Best communicator.
Well, and Pastor Ken also a keynote speaker for one of our graduations. We did Hope Street.
He after kid.
Yeah.
Good.
Great company.
Kid is just
He's a natural teacher, and so he's doing
he
what,
keeps it straight.
yes, yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I thought you guys had to run.
We did, and then we had volunteering, but apparently it's not until especially.
Oh, okay, so you're off the hook right now, okay. So what can we do for you? Do we need to sign something for you, or what?
And I promise you, tell your friends that are going to med school or optometry school, there are a bunch of schools that will put your undergraduate in, as you were born, in together and compressing it like you were talking. I finished college at 20, finished med school at 24, and I was doing not being neurosurgeon. I went through the program of youth, and I was a neurosurgeon program. It's what's called the Parkinson Foundation, and they paid my way, a lot of my way, because I was working in the labs.
Oh, there you
And
go.
too bad I did. I need to work, this is the best thing. And you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Stay active, stay busy, stay focused.
That's the
And
key.
there are a lot, I think there are almost as many women coming out of neurosurgery as there are men now. You know who Ben Carson is?
He's the surgeon that became a presidential candidate, now he's the Secretary of Interior, right?
No, not interior,
Yeah.
that's one of the doctors who worked with us, daughter. But, no, he's basically.
HUD, right?
Yeah, HUD.
Yeah.
He is the nicest man.
He is.
One of the nicest. And he signed off on one of my books, and we used to work, he put up things for kids, for people that are in need, and he'll have people that have a lot, their family's gone, and they're taking up time and working with those kids. And it's just the best. He is one of the best. He has in every state in the union, not just in Baltimore. He started out in Baltimore, and he's a seven-day minister, so he does it on Sunday. I had this guy that was really kind of and he said, "Rrr, rrr, rrr, rrr," and he was just nice. And so I worked with Jewish people, always doing business. So I had fun. You know, my kids don't love me like his kids. They make good grades, I make sure they know that. And it makes sense. None of it falls. It's so often there.
Well, Ben, as you know, his story was his mother was illiterate, but she pushed him to get his education and everything. We actually, during our summer camps, we show movies because we have the time at lunchtime and so on, and so we show that movie, The Gifted Hands, the Ben Carson story. It's a good movie.
He's one of my best friends. He, as you've seen my books, he does the introduction to it.
Oh, the intro, okay, great.
I did it for, if you're gonna do one on get guys prescription for healing, and people that are head of hospitals, he says it's the best balance for them.
Wow.
So it'll be in the clinic, or if y'all, I mean, it's probably out here. Is it, are the books in the waiting room out here?
I haven't seen that one here, no.
Where you do usually?
Okay. Now, you have a piece of paper in your hand, so I imagine you have some.
National Junior Honor Society.
Ah.
I need it for.
You need like a recommendation, you need hours, what do you need? You need hours. Okay, so this program, you can, absolutely, yeah.
That saves another introduction.
Right.
Or you-
Will you help for the hour ahead of time? So if you wanna help us, we need to box up all these gifts again so we can take them to the next graduation, which is next Wednesday. And I can sign off for you on your.
And are you tennis or track? You play tennis or track?
She's the track runner. So she had run from track to her class.
We have two of my nieces. There's Dean Russ, you know who Dean Russ was? Before you were born, he was seriously. And his two daughters, Davis in North Carolina, one instead of the club soccer at the University of North Carolina. Seems like more of our people go there than you go there. 20 of the doctors over there. And then the other one went to Alabama. She was ranked third in the nation as a goalie. And all of the offense got hurt at Alabama. And she just couldn't take it, because she's over there. Really good. And the coaches wouldn't replace her. I just couldn't get anybody to come back. It's a tough thing. Where you find
We do 2 times a year, the fundraiser, which we're doing now, like,
How is the
right after
school?
Thanksgiving,
Down Gulf
and then we have
Coast.
Give Day, which is coming up on May
University
1st.
down
And so we're trying to use it as fundraising time, and then the remaining is really just we try to find classes, and then we try to find someone who can help us with it, so we can
know that?
meet more needs. We just got our grant for the Department of Juvenile Justice renewed for Pasco County, and that starts July 1st. So we're gonna do some work with the sheriff's office. We have a dear friend, Corporal Alan Wilkins, who's also a pastor, loves our program, and so he's gonna help us get some camps put together in July. As I mentioned, right now, we're trying to get some June camps at
She's a big girl. I mean, she's.
children's board resource centers that are around the city. So we're trying to schedule those. We have one scheduled already with Camelot Community Care for adopted kids.
Remember the name of us, RUSK?
Well, we've been in the schools, like our graduation this next Wednesday will be at Blake High School for the Urban Teacher Academy. We've been at Stewart Middle School. It's just, it's hard with the schools, it's hard to work into the schedule. Yes, it's really hard. And there's a big bureaucracy that makes it hard, but there's a lot of things competing for their time.
My college list that I'm gonna sign up for, the ones I'm done with high school and everything.
Well, we worked with Ken Whitten from Idlewild, and we did a class at Hope Street, their outreach in Silver Springs. So we've tried to, but again, we'd love to find more churches to partner with. It's always the challenge of, finding someone like Pastor Ken who's really passionate about working with kids and, get them introduced to our program and so on. And here we were asking for evaluations. This was one of the originals that we had one side, so we only got 1, 2, 3, 4 evaluations out of 10. Well, I passed them on, we were asking them to finish up, and I guess some people had to run or whatever, so we got 4 evaluations. So they're all pretty positive and positive things.
Just
So
work hard and enjoy yourself.
it was certainly a really great program here with the kids, so thank you
Kids
for your
are great.
support.
I haven't been able to come to
Appreciate,
Mondays to help out. One of the
quiet,
students
this
came
is
and
like the-
volunteered.
This was a good group of kids. They were very serious, they were hungry to learn, and they took really good notes and participated well. And we were able to work more with the parents, because I got connected parents in email, so we were sending the journey guides home and having the kids teach it to their parents, and having that support that they really was helpful too. So, we also have a mentoring component, so when available, we can assign a one-on-one mentors to work with kids. A lot of the disadvantaged kids are starving for attention, so when we can do one-on-ones with them, they really love that, and many of those relationships that start with our program, they want to continue the relationship beyond our class. So that works out really well. So this was just such an honor having
You'll find out.
you and Dr.
You
Jim
just stay there.
support us with the journey.
Just stay there.
We did do a class for Tarpon Middle School's YMCA after
We've got more
school,
people.
and we had Tarpon High School students come over as
Done
mentors.
well.
There was a lot of logistical
Other
problems
than
with
just minutes.
the high school students. They had to be background checked, and that was just a huge hurdle to overcome.
Living in school, it's just great.
And Gulfside, we didn't have any mentors. We just did Gulfside Elementary this last fall.
Thank you.
The kids were adorable, elementary kids. And we did then also did the YMCA
I said you don't
after school
when I was
program
at
here that's in the other
A lot of our
building.
friends go to law
And then
school.
with Dawn this last fall.
And I ended up going
So,
to, I really was
no.
engineering school.
Wise are a great opportunity, but again, we need partners to work with us. We had some logistical challenges here for a while, but we worked through them, so.
Yeah,
I was hoping Julio could
for
come
some
and
reason,
hear Dr. Jim.
I don't wanna go
And
like into the.
and Derek, and I kept telling him, Dr. Jim is gonna be our keynote speaker, and they were like, oh, yeah, well, we can do your graduation. I said, don't you just like coming? And then finally here, he's like, oh, you mean Dr. Jim? Yeah.
But you know, the,
They're all very
Look at
good.
Stanford.
They got a lot of
Look
things
at
on their
Rice.
plate, but this was just a great experience. You know, I'm always trying to, you know, get everyone to come, and this was one of
Like Perry,
the
Myrtle Beach for 5 or 6 years.
full room. So that was a real blessing. So we are gonna pack up here and go home.
And by
and-
that one picture was flag of it.
Who's that? You're gonna enjoy.
Well, it wasn't
Oh,
the cafeteria for a while, then we went to.
I think you're better than me.
This was much better.